The moment that steals your peace, it happens in an instant. Right now, as you're watching this, someone somewhere is having their entire day ruined by a single moment of anger. Maybe it's you. Maybe it happened this morning. A rude comment, a disrespectful gesture, or just the weight of accumulated frustration finally boiling over. And in that moment, you felt it. The complete hijacking of your peace, your clarity, your power. But what if I told you that this doesn't have to be your story anymore? Welcome to a journey that will fundamentally change how you respond to life's provocations. I'm about to share with you the exact same techniques that helped Roman emperors maintain composure while ruling empires, that allowed Stoic philosophers to remain unshakable even in the face of persecution, and that continue to transform lives today. The person who masters their emotions becomes untouchable, not because they're cold or detached, but because they found an inner source of strength that can't be threatened by external circumstances. They become the lighthouse in the storm, the calm in the chaos, the person others instinctively respect and trust. And the beautiful thing is, this transformation doesn't require years of meditation or perfect life circumstances. It requires only one thing: the willingness to pause, breathe, and choose consciousness over reactivity. Starting right now with the next challenge you face. So if you're ready to stop being a slave to your emotions and start being the master of your own mind, stay with me. This journey requires nothing more than an open mind and the courage to see yourself and your reactions differently. And as we go through this together, I want you to think about one specific situation where you wish you had better emotional control. Hold that moment in your mind, because by the end of this video, you'll have the exact tools to handle it completely differently. Let's begin this transformation. Your future self is waiting. 1. The theater of internal warfare. Within the cathedral of human consciousness lies the most consequential battlefield you will ever encounter. Here, wars are waged daily, not against external enemies, but against the very impulses that define your relationship with existence itself. The ancient Stoics understood this battlefield with crystalline clarity, recognizing that every moment of anger represents a choice between slavery and sovereignty. Consider the anatomy of that moment when anger first stirs within you. It begins as a whisper, perhaps a cutting remark from a colleague or a moment of perceived disrespect. In that instant, you stand at the crossroads of destiny itself. Down one path lies reactive slavery, where you become a marionette dancing to the strings of circumstance. Down the other path lies conscious mastery, where you reclaim your birthright as the architect of your own emotional experience. The Stoics taught that this battlefield is where character is forged and where the quality of your entire life is determined. The person who masters this internal theater becomes invincible, not because they are immune to life's challenges, but because they have discovered a source of strength that cannot be threatened by external turbulence. 2. The sacred architecture of response. Between the lightning flash of provocation and the thunder of reaction lies a space so profound that it contains the entire universe of human possibility. This is the sacred pause, that infinite moment where choice resides, where freedom lives, and where the difference between wisdom and foolishness is decided. The untrained mind experiences this space as non-existent, moving from trigger to reaction with mechanical predictability. But the Stoic learns to expand this space, to inhabit it fully, and to use it as the foundation for conscious living. This pause is not empty inaction but pregnant potential. Within its boundaries, you have the power to observe your rising emotions without being swept away by them, to consider your options without being driven by impulse. The cultivation of this pause requires practice and profound respect for the power it contains. Like a skilled artisan who understands that quality depends on careful preparation, the Stoic learns to treasure these moments of choice. Every time you choose to pause rather than react, you strengthen the muscle of consciousness and move closer to unshakable tranquility. 3. The alchemy of perspective. The ancient Stoics discovered a revolutionary truth. The events of life are neutral until we assign them meaning. This is not philosophical abstraction but practical wisdom of the highest order. The same situation that destroys one person's peace can become another person's opportunity for growth, depending entirely on the lens through which it is viewed. When someone cuts you off in traffic, speaks to you with disrespect, or challenges your authority, you face a moment of profound choice. You can interpret this event as a personal attack deserving of retaliation, or you can see it as an opportunity to practice emotional mastery. The event itself remains unchanged, but your experience of it, and therefore your response to it, is entirely within your control. This perspective shift recognizes that your emotional energy is precious currency, and that spending it on situations beyond your control is the height of foolishness. Instead, it redirects that energy toward what you can influence: your response, your growth, and your character. Every provocation becomes a teacher. Every challenge becomes a chance to practice wisdom. Before we continue, I'd love to take a moment to sincerely thank you for being part of this journey toward personal beauty and endless growth. Your support, whether through watching, subscribing, liking, or sharing, truly means world to me. Now, let's get back to the video. For the warrior's discipline of detachment. True strength, the Stoics taught, is not found in the ability to dominate others but in the capacity to remain undominatable yourself. This is the discipline of detachment, not the cold indifference of the unfeeling, but the warm wisdom of one who has learned to hold life's experiences lightly. This detachment is cultivated through the daily practice of recognizing what is within your control and what is not. You cannot control the actions of others, the randomness of fate, or the inevitable challenges that existence presents. These external forces exist beyond the sphere of your influence, and to tie your peace to their behavior is to voluntarily surrender your sovereignty to chaos. What you can control, however, is the sacred space of your response. You can choose your thoughts, govern your reactions, and maintain your values regardless of external circumstances. This is where your true power lies, not in changing the world to suit your preferences, but in maintaining your inner equilibrium no matter what the world presents. 5. The Phoenix of Conscious Transformation. The journey from emotional reactivity to Stoic mastery is not a destination but a daily practice, a continuous process of death and rebirth where the reactive self dies and the conscious self emerges. Like the mythical phoenix that rises from its own ashes, you must be willing to let go of familiar patterns and embrace the unknown territory of conscious choice. This transformation requires courage because it means abandoning the comfortable predictability of automatic reactions. It demands patience because rewiring decades of conditioned behavior takes time and consistent practice. Most importantly, it requires compassion for yourself as you navigate this process. The beauty of this transformation lies not in its perfection but in its possibility. Every moment offers a new opportunity to choose consciousness over reactivity, wisdom over impulse, peace over chaos. You are not seeking to become someone new but to uncover the centered, unshakable person you have always been beneath the layers of learned reactivity. 6. The Eternal Invitation to Mastery. As you stand at the conclusion of this exploration, you face the most important choice of your journey. Will you remain a passenger in your own life, or will you claim the driver's seat of your destiny? The wisdom of the Stoics is not theoretical knowledge to be admired from a distance but practical tools to be wielded in the arena of daily existence. The path of emotional mastery is not easy, but it is simple. It requires no special talents, no extraordinary circumstances, no perfect conditions. It demands only the willingness to pause, to breathe, to choose consciousness over reactivity in each moment as it arises. It asks that you see yourself not as a victim of circumstance but as the architect of your own emotional experience. You are not beginning a journey of self-improvement but reclaiming a birthright that has always been yours. The power to choose your response, to maintain your peace, to live from your values rather than your impulses. This is not a skill to be acquired but a truth to be remembered. Your mind is your true battlefield. Your emotions are your worthy opponents, and your peace is your greatest victory. The ancient Stoics have lit the path. Now it is your turn to walk it. When you master yourself, you become a lighthouse in the storm, a living testament to the profound truth that real power lies not in the ability to disturb others but in the capacity to remain undisturbed yourself. The journey begins now with the next breath you take, the next choice you make, the next moment you choose sovereignty over slavery. Your future self is waiting. Your unshakable peace is calling. The time for transformation is now.